Henry needs help with general account progression. Am I ready to push World 5 Alchemy and Stamp-wise? Working on getting void sets and tools for my peeps. Okay. So, account progression. Here we go. So when it comes up to progression, you have 154, 124, 124, 120, 119, 117, 102, 110, 17, 93. You have your 3 star signs, so that's already a good sign. You're running Void, Dementia. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm impressed. This is so far looking great, bro. Your account is looking, your equipment so far is spot on. I'm so proud of you. You are so swiping, though. Holy shit, the amount of swiping, man. This guy's got Trailblazer. This guy's got Snoozy Cam. He's got the Riftwalker wings. He's got the name tags. He's got 2 crescent pendants, bro. Hey, man, I respect it, dude. He's got the angel wings. He's got the molten cloak. Yo, respect, bro. Respect. I love it, bro. I love it. Keep on doing the good grind, brother. Keep on doing the good grind, all right? Yo, he did the smart thing. Chaotic Troll, love to see that. Ruby card, Blitzkrieg Troll, Ruby card, absolutely fantastic. Citron, kind of based on that one, but that's okay. Nice, all looking good. Yeah, that's what we say, chat. We're supporting the developer, right? So I mean, that's good. That's good, bro. That's good. But does he have 2 Riftwalker rings? No. Okay, so let's, so overall the equipment's looking good. You seem to keep up. You're running RAM rings. If you don't have RAM rings, you're running tenacity rings. That's fantastic. Love to see that. Okay, good. Your keychains are a little bit lacking, but that's all right. You're currently in World 4 and you're looking to push World 5. Let's take a look. How's your post office doing? I mean, your post office could use a little bit of love. Yeah, make sure to support Lava chat, or else I'll never get the small material bags from the quest, okay? And we're going to need the 11th character sooner or later, all right? So your talents here. Which character are you planning on pushing World 5 with? Bubo, I would hope? Taking a guess, Bubo's the person that you're going to want to push World 5 with? Obviously, I would assume so. That is the best pusher in the game. Unless you want to do Divine Knight. Divine Knight or Bubo. Maybe DK, I don't know, to be honest. Okay, so let's take a look at DK here. So what's your max level book? Can you I mean, you need to start booking your damage stuff. Like for instance, if you can, book Health Overdrive, carry a big stick, strength in numbers. Those are the baseline stuff that you want to upgrade. Precision power, you want to book. Symbols Beyond, don't sleep on it. Super strong. I mean, you got points in there. So you're just looking for the talent points at this point in time. Make sure if, oh, here's a good one. Found one. So Henry. We want to do max hemoglobin. World 1 merit task. Definitely something that you want to get done ASAP. You only have it at 45. You want to get that a couple more. That will help overall with your survivability. That'd be ultimately really good to get. The next you want to be looking at, it would be, how's your obels? Your obels are all right. Not too bad. Let's take a look at your World 5 Frog here. So you got Turkey a la Tank. Okay, looking good. So, I mean, you're just working on basically at this point, working on getting, working on meals, getting them to diamond. Chef, of course, it's another one to work on. But I mean, you could do that while you're progging. Big one, stamps. 82K. Oh yeah, combat stamps for sure. Combat stamps, absolutely. You want to get that done. And then unlocking all stamps as well. You want to make sure unlocking these stamps are pretty important, especially for Elemental Sorcerer, as we said before. Unlock all stamps. Since you are in World 4, you can unlock the majority of the stamps. Finish off your Steve Sword quest line. That's a huge increase to DPS. You can get the drop table from violent stamps, stuff like that. Just going through, doing the quest lines, getting the base damage stuff, and all this will accumulate over time. Of course, you can't get in none of the World 5 ones, but that's to be obvious. Also, getting your so if we go down here, okay, since you are in World 4, I strongly suggest to start working on your cooking meal stamp. You want to get that up as much as possible. This is ultimately going to be huge for your progression when it comes into cooking, and cooking's so good for damage percent. It's good for crit chance, good for efficiency, good for basically pretty much everything, to be honest. The only thing it doesn't really accumulate is, or help with is AFK games, right? So definitely get some points into meal cooking speed. Might have to farm some money. It is what it is. You can definitely, farm floms with Bubo for a little bit if you really need some money, and then you can just sell flom materials because flom doesn't really take anything in order to get it to that point, or use for upgrades, I should say. And then make sure you get the ladle stamp for cooking efficiency. This will give you much more ladles per hour. It's a huge amount of ladles. Okay, so definitely, locking all stamps, cooking stamp, big one. And also going for ladle stamp, which is base efficiency, right? Base efficiency, good stuff. And then we want to take a look at alchemy here. Okay, same thing as before. I mean, you're doing pretty good with this. It seems like you're on the right track. Same thing with stamps. Base 40 to 50. All bubbles as a standstill. That'll obviously take some time because you have to do some farming. We all know how it is. And this will definitely, I mean, even if you can get to a point, so your two big bubbles that you want to try to hit, especially when pushing World 5, is going to be Mr. Massacre and Kill per Kill. These two big bubbles are going to help you prog quite quickly, believe it or not. It's pretty good. Vials, you got a lot of vials to unlock. Vials plus level 4. Okay, you got some of those that you need to start working on. I think most of these are 4 or above, which is good to see. These all look fine. Great. Okay, cool. Most of them are level 4. Love to see that. Okay, you're not really working on sigils, thank God. I'm so glad you're not working on sigils. Sigils are, like I said, later game progression. Take a look at construction here. Rank 10, rank 6. I mean, all of these are looking pretty good too, to be honest. Salt Lick. All's looking, I mean, leveling up in the Salt Lick. You could be, if you can, get a couple levels in multi-kill per tier. Just so you can get that going a little bit. You got the refinery speeds. Nice. You got the books happening. Cool. Death Note. I mean, you don't need to really worry about Death Note right now. At the moment, you're not quite there yet. You got basically everything you need. Yeah, exactly. So if Chad, if you don't know, the rule of thumb is when you start leveling up sigils is when you have basically every cauldron at their boost at 170. Once you have them all 170 and locked all on bubbles, then you could throw on 1 sigils. But until you're not done, until you're at that point, do not, just keep away from sigils. Especially they're not even that beneficial if you don't have like things like cold thread, right? We already took a look at cooking. So the alchemy is looking fine. I mean, I could see you pushing World 5 decently with this. Of course, you're missing some bubbles. I mean, you could skip some stuff like Nickel of Wisdom, Dollar of Agility, Penny of Strength if you're trying to look to pump up your bubbles. Mostly the World 1 to 3 bubbles, like Quick Slap, Name I Guess, Big Meaty Claws, that's base damage, it's free real estate. You want that as soon as possible. And as soon as you get into Divinity, okay, there's some things to work on when you're getting into World 5. Get Mantis ASAP, all right? Even if you have to put everyone on Divinity and have everyone Bing chilling in Divinity and getting them to level 40 at least, and getting them Tranqui, okay? And then unlocking Mantis, because Mantis on top, and then you can run Goat and have everybody running Goat while they're leveling up their lab and leveling up their Divinity at the same time. And then you can run Killer Brightside. So you're running Killer Brightside and Mantis at the same time. And if you manage to hit multi-kill as well, what you're going to end up seeing is you're going to end up skyrocketing through the first 5 maps within 10 minutes. Like right now as it sits, you can easily, I would say within 1 to 2 days, Rack's right, you could easily be at Hampters without very, very mild issue, I would say. But after that, once you start getting into Lampars and Fire Spirits, that's when you're going to start slowing down a lot. But I would think at your point right now, if you do a little bit of work, I could see you hitting minor moles within 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I could see you being at minor moles if you're planning on activating 24/7 on DK. Now, are you an active player that 24/7 just leaves their computer on, or are you a person that only does for a few hours a day? You're pushing World 4? Yeah, and you're running DK. So you should... I active DK? Do you 24/7 active, or do you just active when you're on, and then you AFK for the rest? That's a very, very important question. When I'm on? Okay. So you're not 24/7 active. Okay. Pretty sure you missed Baba? Yeah, I did. That's fine. It is what it is. I'll get, Baba will take a long time anyways. You guys didn't tell me about Baba, so it's your guys' fault. Ooh, here's a good one. So, you need to start locking down, Henry, on the happy hours. Locking down on your happy hours will be very important. Getting people to do World 1 and seeing if you get some boosts happening. Get that going. You want to max these out. These are really good for defense, accuracy, talent points, weapon power. This will ultimately help your progression, not to mention AFK gains, because you are going to be required to farm some AFK gains eventually here as well. So, another one is Max Flurbo Shop. And I mean, you have 400 boosted runs. I'm sure that's actually enough to max out Flurbos if you really want to go that hard. And then once you max out Flurbos, you can go stuff for like super good items like tenacity rings, because your characters are at that point where, they're ready for I mean, you don't really need tenacity rings, to be honest. So, I mean, you're mostly good for the most part. So, that's... And then, hopefully getting some keychains over the long whiles as well. That's what I would suggest. So, now's your statues. The statues were all right. They need a little bit of love, but that's fine. So I think to go over, Henry, I think you're pretty much ready for World 5, dog. You got like a little bit of love left, but you're pretty much ready. Yeah, spam World 1. Yeah, spam World 1 party dungeon and do it during happy hour. Make your life way easier. And if you run Vacacious Tissue Prayer, you're in the juice. So here's what I want you to start. This should give you more than enough time, Henry. So, max hemoglobin from World 1 task. Working on meals, getting them a diamond chef. Combat stamps, unlocking all stamps. Get your cooking stamp and your ladle stamp for base efficiency. This will make your getting your diamond chefs feel 20 times easier, because your biggest gain in early cooking is the cooking speed stamp. That's where you're going to get your most early game progression by far. So I do lab everyone while pushing. No, you only need to put the people in lab until you get Killer Massacre. Killer Massacre while you're pushing World 4, as long as you have Killer Massacre, you're fine. But when you start getting into World 5 and you're trying to push for Mantis, as soon as you get Goat, you're going to throw people on Goat. And then you're going to put everyone in Goat so you can farm Lab and Divinity at the same time. And that way it'll give Goat a ton of AFK gains towards your DK. So while you're offline, you're getting a sick amount of AFK gains to help push your character. That makes sense? Make sure you get the rest of your vials up to like World 4. Make sure they get to level 4. Base bubbles of 40 to 50. That's including your damage bubbles, your skilling bubbles. This is just overall going to help you out. Salt Lick, get a couple levels in multi-kill per tier, because hopefully you'll be building up enough damage to get multi-kill for, I would say, up to Hamptors. You'll probably hit multi-kill. And then you want to get Mantis ASAP, is what I was talking about, and then run people on Goat. And then you want to max Flurbo Shop. So this is what I want you to do for right now. These are your goals that I want. This is what I suggest. So this will give you this is going to take you like 2 weeks. TY, you absolute beast. You got it, bro.